Next I'm going to start collecting my stitches back on the working needle. I'm going to start with this side and I'm just going to transfer them on my working needles, this part, and I'm going to join all the stitches together on the same needle so we can work back and forward rows exactly like we did for the front panel. I have transferred all my stitches. I have them all on the needle and they will be joined here as I work, so it's going to be just one panel and working rows back and forward. Okay, so I'm going to join the yarn on this edge, turn the work around, because last row that we completed here was on the right side, so now I'm just going to turn the work around and I'm going to work as a first row on the wrong side. Once again I'll bring my row counter back to 0, 1. So for back panel this is row number 1. And row number 1 on the wrong side of the back panel this time. I'm going to start the row by casting off 3 stitches. So slip the first one, the same like we done it on the front panel. I'm going to knit my next stitch. So knit 1, I've just rejoined yarn here, and now I'm going to pull this one across the newly knitted stitch, and I casted off 1, knit my next stitch, again pull this one across, so cast off 2, knit next stitch and pull the previous one across, and this was cast off number 3, so I just casted off 3 stitches. I'm going to knit the rest of the stitches until I finish the row. So this time we're not turning back, we're just gonna continue to knit across all the stitches. Stitches have been transferred and realigned from my holders, and I'm just going to knit across, and when I get here I'll just continue working. I got to the area where the stitches are separating, so I'm just going to knit the last one on this side, and then they're detached, but now I'm going to join them by knitting the next one. Here it's a little bit loose because this is where I left my tail for sewing the project, so I'm not too worried because I'm gonna tidy that up when I sew the project. And then I continue to knit. I will knit across the second part. This is going to be visible for a couple of more rows, and then this separation area will no longer show. It will be just one panel of work. I'm just going to complete the row. I have turned the work around. Row number 2 of the back panel. I'm going to start this row by casting off 3. So slip the first stitch, knit the next one, and pull the slipped one across, cast off 1, knit the next one, pull the previous one across, and that was the second one, and knit 1, and I'm just gonna pull the previous stitch across, and now I've casted off 3. I will knit all the stitches until I reach the end of the row. I forgot to mention that on the back panel we're no longer doing a cable pattern. I'm just gonna make it simple garter stitch, so no more cables on the back of the work. So I'll knit all the stitches until I reach the end of the row. I have turned the work around. Next is row number 3, and it's a wrong side row, and I am going to just slip the first one and then knit all the stitches. I will not be showing the wrong side rows anymore because there are no decreases, no shaping. All I do is slip the first stitch and then I just knit all stitches. So I'm going to be focusing on right side rows where we're going to do together the decreases to shape up this this little panel. So I'll continue to finish off this one and then I'll meet you on the right side. Completed the wrong side row. Next is row number 4, and it's the right side of the work row, and I'm going to start a series of 9 decreases. So in total it's going to be 9 decreases across 9 different rows, and this is the first one. So slip the first stitch, then knit 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Next, knit 2 together. So I'm just gonna place my needle through 2 stitches and knit them as only one on the needle, and then continue to knit and knit until you reach the last 7 stitches on your needles. So continue to knit until the last 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, so until here when you have 7 stitches left. I have reached the last 7 stitches, and once again I'm going to do a knit 2 together. So I'm just going to place my needle through the 2 loops as if one, and then knit the remaining 5 as usual and complete my row. Next is row number 5, which is a wrong side row. No decreases, just slip the first stitch and knit all the stitches. I'll meet you on row number 6 for another decrease. Row number 6 next, right side of the work, and it's going to be another row of decreases. So slip the first stitch, knit 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, knit next 2 stitches together for a decrease, and then continue to knit until you reach the last 7 stitches. So knit until the 2, 4, 6, 7 until here, and then we're gonna do another knit 2 together. I have reached the last 7 stitches. I'm going to knit the next 2 together. So knit 2 together and then knit the last 5 stitches of the row, and I completed another row of decreases like this. I will continue to work exactly the same. So all the wrong side rows, they're just knit, and on the right side I will continue to do decreases in the same way. So on every row of right side row I'm going to decrease 1 stitch here after the first 5 and 1 stitch here before the last 5 stitches, and I'm going to do exactly the same, and I'm going to work like this until I have 36 stitches remaining on my needles. That will be a total of 9 decreases, and we already made 2 together, so it will be another 7 decreases on every right side row. We'll do decrease on the wrong side, just knit across and so on until you have 36 stitches remaining on the needles. I have completed all my decreases like I said, and now I have 36 stitches on my needles. I have just finished row number 20, so next is row number 21. And like I said, I have 36 stitches on my needles, so I'm not going to decrease anymore. And now I'm just going to work 6 rows, so a total of 6 rows of just knitting. So I'll slip the first one and then knit all the stitches back and forward for another 6 rows, so including this one, row number 21, plus another 5. So I'm just going to knit back and forward until I complete my total of 6 rows. I have completed my 6 rows of just knitting back and forward. That was 26 rows in total, so next is row number 27 in my case. And I am going to start separating the stitches so I can do the straps for the dungarees. So slip the first one, knit 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I've just knitted, I've slipped 1 and knitted 7. Next stitch I'm just going to slip, and then I'm going to cast off the middle 20 stitches. So knit the next one, and I'm just going to pass my previous stitch over, then knit the next one, pass over again. So just cast off, exactly the same method that I've used to cast off here. I'm using it now. Knit the next one, slip the previous one over, and just continue like this until we casted off 20 stitches. So we're going to have 7 left on this side plus 1 on this needle. I've casted off all the 20 stitches in the middle section. I have 1 stitch left here after the casting off, plus another 7 here, because I'm going to work straps of 8 stitches. So this one is here, I only knit it, and I'm going to knit the next 7 until I reach the end of my row. And that's it. And now I have 8 stitches on each side, which I'm going to need for a strap. I will leave these stitches here on hold. I'm just going to use a stitch holder, and I will be working only on one strap at a time. So transfer these on a stitch holder or on a piece of yarn or something, just to leave them behind while I'm working only on this one. Just gonna pass my needle back here. I will be resetting my row counter because I just want to count how many rows I'm working for the strap, so I'll make sure both of them are the same. I would like to work a strap of a total of about 16 centimeters, so that's just over 6 inches, and I'm just going to work short rows back and forward only on these 8 stitches, but I will be slipping the first stitch as usual, then knit 7, like this, and this was row number 1 of this newly formed strap. It was number 1, and now I'm going to do row number 2 next, and just turn the work, and I'm going to be working back and forward. slipping the first stitch because I want a nice edge to form. Slip the first one and knit 7. Like this, and we're basically doing a strap in garter stitch. Turn the work around. I'm adding one more row, slip 1, knit 7, and I will be continuing the same way until my strap will measure around 16 centimeters. If you prefer, you can make it longer or shorter. I've calculated that around 16 centimeters should be alright for my project. Another row, 4, and I'm just knitting short rows back and forward to construct the strap. I have completed my first strap. I've just done 59 rows, and next will be row number 60 when I'm gonna cast off. I'm just gonna do a little measurement. So my strap here measuring around 16 centimeters, as you can see here from the starting point, around 16 centimeters, so just over 6 inches. It might seem that is a little bit longer, but I have decided to do it this way because later on the button can be moved and baby can be using this these dungarees for a little bit longer. Not to mention babies are so different. Some of them are taller than others, so this way, depending where the button is placed, or in my case the pom-pom, this can be made adjustable, so it's my option to actually make it slightly longer than the standard. So this one is complete. Like I said, I've done 59 rows, and next is row number 60, and I'm just going to cast off these 8 stitches, same like I've done previously. I'm just going to slip my first stitch and then knit the next one, slip over the first stitch, slip it over the one just knitted, careful not to drop this stitch, knit the next one, pass it over again, knit the next one, gonna pass it over, knit one, pass previous stitch over the one just knitted, again knit one, knit one, pass the previous one over, knit my last stitch. I'm just gonna pass this one over, and this is it. I'm just gonna detach my yarn and pull it through this loop here, just so I can make a little knot, and I'm gonna hide this end when I'm finishing off my project. Just tie it in a little knot, and this is it. The first strap is now completed. For the second strap, I'm just going to transfer my stitches, the ones I left on a holder, back on my needles like this. Just gonna transfer them, there we go, and I'm gonna work the same. So if you remember, we was on the wrong side when we done the previous row. So next row I need to turn the work around, and I will be rejoining my yarn here, and I'm gonna start working with the right side row, and I'm just going to work another 60 rows, or 59, and then casting off on number 60, so my second strap will be matching the first one. I have now completed the second strap as well, so these are the two straps, and with this one the knitting part is now completed, and I have here about 50 grams left, so I have used up around 150 grams to knit this dungaree. Next, what I'm going to do is just to finish off, I'm going to start hiding some of these ends, and I will attach my pom-poms here on the straps, something like this, and the main part is sewing the project at the back. When I separated the stitches for back and front panel, I have left here a long tail. I already started sewing up now in the back. Unfortunately, it's not the best work. I'm not very skilled when it comes to sewing projects, but I am doing my best. And I have started here, and I'm just gonna go down and sewing it together. It's going to be sewn only here at the back, all the way down, and then I am going to sew here between the legs and going down here on this side on the leg, and then on this side, and of course waving in ends and everything else, just finishing it off. So I'm going to continue sewing here this part, and I'm gonna get back to show what I'm doing next here at the legs joint. I have completed sewing the back. Yeah, it's not the best result, but I'm secretly hoping that blocking is going to help me improve the overall aspect of it. I have reached this area between the legs, and now I'm going to start joining the legs, and I'm going to work one by one. I just need to make sure that my work is symmetrical. So this is my yarn, this is the yarn I'm using for sewing up this area, and I will be sewing on the leg, so both parts of the leg together. I'm just gonna go through here. I don't mind knitting, I absolutely love it, but when it comes to sewing I just seem not to be able to get any of the beautiful techniques that are available on the internet, on YouTube and everywhere else. For some reason they just don't well, they work. I just cannot improve, but I will keep trying. So I'll continue here by picking up these edge stitches and just do a normal sew through the edge of these loops. I'm just gonna carry on down this leg until I finish it off, and then I'll do the same with this part. I have here another tail which I left when I separated the legs. It's probably a bit short, but I can always join in a new piece of yarn, and I will be joining this leg as well all the way here to the first row. I have now finished sewing these dungarees. I've sewn both of the legs, Yeah, so I went around here, I've joined between the legs, and then I finished off with this leg, and of course on the back. And this is how it's looking like. I have hidden most of my ends, and this is how the project looks like. I have attached one of the pom-poms as well, and I just want to show you, just in case you have decided to do to use pom-poms instead of buttons like I did. I just wanted to show you how I've joined my pom-pom. So I have decided to join around here and just leave a little bit of space here on the actual strap. So I'm just gonna count 4 rows on this side, 2, 4, and using my crochet I'm just gonna pull one of the 3 yarns here from the pom-pom, and I'm just gonna pull it through on the back. So I've counted 2, 4 garter ridges, and now I'm going to skip about 3-4 stitches like that, so you can see, and I'm gonna insert my hook here and here, and I'm just gonna pull this one on the back as well. This I have used a very chunky yarn, very similar to the blue one, but only in chunky version. And there we go. Here's my pom-pom. It's now attached. I'm just gonna tie it into a knot on the wrong side. I have here one more end which I'm gonna hide inside the pom-pom. So I'm just gonna tie a knot as tight as you like. I'm just gonna do a double one like this, and then if you want to keep this pom-pom in place like this, just in case you will wish to move it up and down, you can just tie a little bow here like that, and it will be hidden inside anyway. But if you decided this is the position of your pom-pom, the same like I did here, what I'm gonna do next, after I done my double knot, just using a large needle, I'm just going to insert my yarn through as much as I can like this, pick a place here and just insert the needle right through the pom-pom, and I'm just gonna bring it out on the other side like that, pull tight a little, and I'm gonna do the same with the second strap. Here it is. Pick a place and go right through the middle, right through the middle of my pom-pom, like this, and give it a little bit of a shake. I think I pulled some extra yarn here. Yeah. Just give it a shake, reshape it a little bit if it needs to be reshaped, and then just cut the extra. And that's how I've hidden for this little strap here. Just just using a smaller needle. I'm just gonna hide it also inside the pom-pom, and I'm gonna go through like this, coming up on the other side. I'm not gonna pull too tight, and then again I'm just gonna go through the pom-pom, and I'm gonna cut this blue one. I'm gonna cut it short so it stays hidden inside, and it won't be too visible. There we go. My huge buttonholes here. Just put the pom-pom through, and that's it. And the project is now completed, and this is how it looks like. And this was today's tutorial. Our project is now finished. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and you have tried this project, and now you have a finished piece that's looking very similar to this one here. And I do hope you will try it, and if you do have photos of your finished work, please just share them with me. I'll be delighted to see your projects. Thank you very much for watching, and please remember, if you do like any of my videos, just remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.